Hey, welcome everybody to my YouTube channel. If you've watched some of my videos, you'll see that we've got a farm pond down here and we've had a duckweed problem for years. The first 15 years or so, there was no duckweed on this pond and it was beautiful all summer. It's a beautiful pond in the spring and late in the fall, but all summer long, this is what it looks like. You can see a hole in the dam on the other side, and we're going to drain this thing. We'll see if we can get it draining today. And we're going to try to do it with a couple of John Deere compact tractors. We've got a 3039R. You'll see in one of my other videos we compared the 3039R to the 3038E. We got a little backhoe hanging on the back of the 3039R. Now I've cut a trench with the bucket. It's about 7 or 8 feet deep in that dam on the other side, and I've reached out with the hoe, as you can see, the trench in the middle, and cut a trench into the dam as deep as it'll go. And we're going to try to let the water go, and we're going to make an attempt after this dries out to go in and pull the muck out with the buckets of these tractors. I know a lot of people think we're crazy trying to do something with little equipment like this, but we're retired and we got tractors and we want to have some fun, so we're going to see if we can pull it off. I'll go around to the other side of the dam. We took a whole bunch of trees off the back of it, and we'll show you what that looks like. And we've cleaned that up so the water's got a place to go and we got a place we can work back there. So I'm going to walk across the other side of the pond here, and I'll show you what that looks like, and then hopefully we'll show you a video, or we'll continue videoing as we let the water out of this thing. Okay, here's the view from the top of the dam. You can see this trench I've cut in there. It's just a little backhoe that goes on the back of the tractor. That trench is probably a solid 4 feet deep. I was in the pond yesterday to see how much water was in there, and there's about 5 feet of water in there. So, and then here's the trench that I've cut. That's at least 8 feet down, and this trench is actually lower than the top of water level right now. We had rain last night, which is unfortunate, but we're still going to try to pull the plug on her today. And then the back side of the dam, see, we've cleaned all this out and taken all the trees off of 2/3 of the back side. So what we're going to do is try to get up in here with the hoe and cut a trench starting in back, which is kind of reversed, but finishing up here. And then hopefully the water will run out between the wheels. I know that's a little risky, but it is solid clay, so it can't go anywhere. We might have to leave a tractor there for a week or two to let it dry out so we get it out. But we got 2 of them, we'll figure it out. So I'll walk down below and so you can see what it looks like from the bottom looking up, and then we'll get ready to start digging. All right, I'm back again. So here's what the back side looks like. There's the overflow tube. Right now the water level is about 3 feet below where the overflow tube comes out on the other side. So we've had a drought here in Wisconsin. The pond's way lower than it would normally be. The dam's probably 16 feet tall, maybe 20 feet tall, but there's only 5 feet of water in there. So the goal is to get a hole big enough and let it run down. I think it's going to run down and it's going to transfer to the right-hand side and then come down this bank and discharge down into this woods. So that's what it looks like. And we'll be back when we're about ready to let the water fly. Well, one more quick video before we start. So this is where we're at. We've got this trench cut in here with the hoe. And I started back there on the edge of the water and reached out in there as far as I could with it. It won't get all the way to the bottom, but it should pull, I think, 3 to 4 feet out of there. That trenches out in there. You see the muck that was down in there. But then back here we've got this little hump, and that's holding the water back right now. Where I'm standing is actually below water level. So we're gonna leave about 4 feet here and dig a trench, and then see if we can back in here and knock it out. Be back shortly. All right, we're getting ready to back the tractor in and let her go. So here we go. You gonna drive me out, or should we just leave it sit there for a minute?
I can get on the seat in case we need a quick exit.
You're ready to jump off, though.
Plenty of room on the other side. Bring it tight up against the bank. Yeah. You can go forward some if you want.
Yeah, you can go forward a little bit. Nope.
Good, yeah, we don't look so good there, but... No sense in very in front of us.
Yeah.
I'm going to take it slow here. Yeah, I'm only about a foot deep on the other side. I try to scoop some mud. That making you nervous? That working, Tom? Well, I go. Let's rip it. Getting rid of that damn duckweed now.
Between the back on the back of yeah, snake.
How long?
I have no idea. No video going. I got a video too. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I am. This angle. Alright.
Okay, we got her cut. We didn't dare drive the tractor out of there until after we see what's going to happen down below. So now she drains. All right, so we're back again. Everything probably couldn't have gone better. We've dropped the pond about a foot so far. You can see the water flowing out. Originally we were going to pull the tractor out, but because there's fresh fill down below, we decided it was safer to leave it where it was because it's sitting on solid clay, and that clay is going nowhere. The bucket's down, the backhoe's down, the downriggers or outriggers are down. And this is the high point, so we can whittle away at it. Had we taken the tractor out of here, it would have been days before we could get it back in here again. So we're just going to leave it here till we got her drained. Started out with about 5 feet of water in there, so I suppose there's 4 feet left, but you can see she's working her way in from the edges. So I would guess that half the water in the pond is in the top 2 feet anyway. So running down through the woods, the plan's coming together. We probably won't be back now until the pond is dry and we start scooping the muck out of the edges and cleaning her out. So we'll be back when we get to the next step. Looks pretty safe to me. How about you, Bruno? Okay, so here we are, day 2, the day after the big plug got pulled on the dam. I think we've dropped it about 4 feet with the little equipment that we've got. I can only reach so far out into the pond to make the trench, so you can see down here, that's as far as I could reach out. And we're going to have to do this one more time to get it dried out. It's interesting that we got some of the original clay bottom from 20-some years ago still exposed, and it's firm there, so probably not going to have to do a lot of cleaning in that area. But the muck on the edges is probably about 2 feet thick, so there's a lot of mud in there that needs to come out. We still got a little trickle of water. The mud's drying out around the edge, and that water's running down into the pond and then finding its way down through this trench. And you can see down there at the end there's still a little trickle coming out. We're going to let this dry out for as long as it takes now to kind of fill this trench back in and then get the backhoe back down here so I can reach into the deep part of the pond, which I think is only about another 4 or 5 feet out. Then I'll recut the trench. I think we got maybe a foot or a foot and a half left in there, but we want to have the whole thing draining so it's nice and dry. So, you know, with these little tractors, we're going to have it nice and dry so we can get in there and work with it. So this is the end of phase 1. Phase 2 will be when we drain the rest of it. Phase 3 will be cleaning all the muck out, and probably phase 4 will be rebuilding the dam, and then hopefully we can show you what it looks like when it's done. I got some big ideas on raising the water level, maybe having some fish in here. I think we can get over 10 feet of water in this thing. We'll have to maybe add, we've got a runoff area over on the end of the dam. We're probably going to have to fill part of that in to get more depth. And our overflow tube, which is buried in these weeds here, can easily go up another foot. So we're going to put an elbow on that and raise it a foot or a foot and a half. And who knows, it could even be 12 feet deep when all is said and done. So we will keep you posted. Look for the next phase. Next phase should be within a few weeks. And then hopefully we can get this thing cleaned out before winter. It's we're almost, well, we're getting close to August, but August is a real dry month here in Wisconsin. So hopefully with some good weather, this thing will dry out enough that we can go in there and clean it up and start from scratch. So thanks for watching. It's been a fun project. Oh, and for what it's worth, we got the tractor out this morning, so and we didn't need a tow truck.